Katisha, I would love to feel sorry for you, but why? Why would I feel sorry for you? You know what I mean? Because this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. You did this. And then we got accosted by Patrick out here looking like a pirate. Did your spleen tell you to wear that velvet do-rag? Oh my God. What is it, velvet? Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are gathered here today to talk Love is Blind UK Season 2. We're going to do episodes 7 and 8 because I don't trust you guys to not spoil 8. Okay? Probably going to just start grouping up episodes and recaps anyways, 2 and 3. We'll see, but I think I'm going to just start doing that in general for Netflix shows just because these 4, 5, 6 episode drops, I can't deal with it anymore. But before we get started, please do me a favor. If you guys have been here all season, if you are excited for what's to come on the channel and you enjoy it here, please hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video, and then leave your comments down below. Y'all are not subscribing. Y'all be rushing me in the comments to get this stuff out. Y'all are spoiling stuff in the comments. Y'all are saying how much you love me and all this other type of stuff in the comments, and y'all are not subscribing. Do I have to do the crash out music? Do I have to crash out on you? Y'all hit the subscribe button, all right? Let's go ahead and get to it because it is 5 o'clock in the morning, and I got to still get dressed and get to work. So, starts off with Megan and K Dot. Somebody told me to stop calling him K Dot. I won't. I will not. I enjoy calling him K Dot. I like calling him K Dot, and that is his name, okay? So, Megan and K Dot are practicing for a little boogie that they want to do on their first dance. So, they are at the Blackpool Tower where Megan is choreographing a cute little ditty for them. I said, okay, we love to see it. Meanwhile, Billy and Ashley are talking, and she is overwhelmed, okay? She said, look, the way you was acting about food, you were so upset about the onion. You don't understand the point of an onion. I can't do this. So Billy is like, I like to have control over my calories. That's fine. Here's the thing. I think when it comes to this Ashley versus Billy situation, now one, y'all were in the comments putting a disorder on that man. We got to stop doing that. We got to stop being couch psychologists. We got to stop, being little fake doctors. I really wish people would get out of the habit of diagnosing people that they see on TV. I don't like it. I don't like it. We don't know these people. But what I will say is Billy just seems like a person that wants to have a sense of control over everything. And Ashley clocks his ass and said, look, I don't feel the way that you feel about food, okay? She then goes on to say that as a teenager, she was super thin. They used to call, a bean pole, green bean or something. And so she started to use food to beef herself up and put on some weight. I have a friend that all through high school, she was this big, right? And she eats like everyone else. Hell, she eats more than most people I know. She can put the food away, but she just does not gain weight. And it would irritate her when people would be like, oh my God, you're so skinny. Oh my, like stuff like that irritates people, right? I think weight as a whole is so sensitive to people because we live in a society now where so much focus is on aesthetics and how you look. Truth be told, Instagram and Snapchat and these filters and TikTok and all that stuff, one of the worst things to ever happen to the world. It honestly and truly is. I'm so glad that I went through high school in my early 20s without any of this bullshit because it's no wonder that most of y'all have low self-esteem and low self-awareness and y'all don't like each other as a neighbor. It's a wonder, right? So Ashley said, look, if I done had some little Debbie's in the house, I want to have some little Debbie's in the house. If I want to eat me some cake, I don't want to feel bad about it. And right now, I feel guilty for having this stuff in the house. She said it's messing with her mind. So then Billy was like, I don't feel that way about food. Billy, you pissing me off because I feel like you are playing with her. I feel like you're playing with her. I don't know if you want to be on here for airtime because you thought that them little baby blues up in your sockets were going to get you some ladies after this, but your behavior is piss poor. Piss poor, okay? We then panned over to Berta and Jed. So it was that her friend? Her friend said, fuck all the bullshit. I'm not here for this. Her friend didn't even want to cheers. I said, damn girl, we can't just, clink clink it real quick, but she ain't want to. She ain't want to. Her friend said, look, let's get right to it. She was asking all the real deal Holyfield questions. Berta said that her journey with Jan has been easy. We don't argue. It's been easy and natural, very natural. Her friend said, no. Heard it all before. Shout out to Sunshine Anderson. Heard it all before, okay? And ask Berta, is this too good to be true? Now, in Berta's confessional, she does say that she low-key thinks it is too good to be true, but she is choosing to trust in the process. Her friend said it is a red flag that the two of them have not had an argument yet. Now, this I saw was very controversial on the Twitter streets. I don't think that it is a red flag that they have not argued yet, but that does make it seem as if someone still has their mask up, right? People argue. Arguments are natural. Arguments are healthy. And I think so many times whenever somebody hears argument, they think that it has to have a negative connotation about it. You can have an argument with somebody and you guys are just going back and forth with your opinions. Like, to me, and I know someone's going to say that's a debate, but I personally, this is me, I don't see all arguments as negative, right? It means that someone is passionate, somebody has an opinion. And what it seems like is happening with Jed and Berta is they both are seeing qualities in the other that they don't like. He does not like that she wants to lead. She does not like that he does not want to be a co-partner with her. That is a big disagreement that the two of them have. And instead of them tackling it and, facing it head on and having an argument about it, they are kind of skimming over it. And that is the bigger issue. And I think that's what her friend is trying to, get across to them. So then we get Lady S and Cal. So Sorova's mother said that, you signed up for the show, baby. I did not. So Cal is like, your mom needs to get on board with this or move on. Shut up. Shut up. Your brother's not on board. I don't know why y'all come on this show and think that everybody is going to be hunky-dory with what y'all got going on. You can't expect your family to want to be on camera. Do I think your family should support you? Yes. However, support shows up in different ways. If her mama don't want to be on TV and her mama feels a way about this, she should. You don't even like women that look like her, Cal. She's not your type. So we then get to Katisha and Javin. They're at his house, and he don't sleep under a duvet, just a little dingy looking ass blanket. I said tracks. That tracks. So Katisha is worried about merging their expectations and aligning their lives. And he was like, what you mean? She was like, making time for each other. He was like, what you trying to do? Do you want to eat together? She was like, it would be nice. I mean, damn. So we get into this weird conversation where he was like, how often? She was like, I mean, as often as possible, nigga, we're married. We will be married. So then he was like, well, I work late, so we won't be eating together maybe 4 or 5 days out of the week. She was like, okay, well, I work out late, so that's fine. He said, no. No, ma'am. By the time you get done working out, I'm gonna be in the bed. I'm gonna come home, eat, go to bed, be done with it. It always makes me laugh when people say on TV or on these shows that they go to bed at 9, 9:30, 8:30, they're in the bed. No, you're not. No, you are not. You're not. And I feel like people that say that on these reality shows, you are looking for a reason to not spend time with this person because you don't like them. We see it every season where somebody's like, oh, I go to bed right away at 9, and it's because you don't like that person. But then by the time we get to the episode where y'all are hanging out and meeting up with everybody else, you the main one out there shaking your ass, doing the twist on the dance floor at the club. So stop it. So I didn't, the conversation was stupid. The conversation was stupid. Like, why would you not want to eat dinner with your spouse? That is crazy to me, right? That is crazy to me. Growing up, my mom worked first shift, so she worked 7 to 3:30. My dad worked second shift, so he worked 2:30 to 11. On This nigga was at work, okay? There were times when my mom would stay up so they could have dinner together. Or there were times where my dad would come home on lunch, so which would be like, 7 o'clock for him, so that he could have dinner with his wife and his kids. If you want something to work, you will make it work. We then later see that his mother and his sister come over, Javins, and his sister looked like a young Lauryn Hill from Sister Act. I said, oh, look at that. She was so pretty. I said, look at y'all. Got an ugly spirit of a brother, but okay. So he's telling them that Katisha is his fiance. His sister was not pleased, wasn't going. She was like, I've been engaged and planning my wedding for 18 months. That's a long engagement, my good sis. That's a long engagement, sis. Okay. But she said, y'all been doing this, what, 2 or 3 weeks? So Katisha said, well, we are connected on so many things and we're so compatible. His sister said, tell me about him. I said, yes. What are y'all compatible about? I would like to know as well. So Katisha could not list anything. Couldn't. Y'all being like, well, he made me smile, and like y'all sound like that, and it's crazy. You accepted this man's proposal, but you cannot say how y'all are compatible. That's concerning, right? So he's talking to his sister, and his sister was like, Katisha is talking to his sister. His mom said, girl, whatever happens, happens. His sister said, I got the questions. But as Katisha's talking to his sister lets her know that, look, Javin is a person that is going to smile, rain, or shine, whether he's happy or sad. So you really don't know how he's feeling, but he is a very serious person. So he used to play football. Y'all know, for us, basic Americans, that's soccer, okay? But he was in the football academy and had those injuries because he talks about having knee surgeries. And I guess that took a hit on him. And so he pushes those emotions down and suppresses them. And I think it just comes out in awkward rage, okay? We then get to Ashley and Billy. So they meet with Billy's dad, and his dad off top was like, how real is this? Is this real? Like, how real is this for you? Because I trust my son, not my son, but you? Not that I don't trust you, but how real is this? And Ashley was like, oh, this is real. It hasn't been all rainbows and butterflies. We've had some ups and downs, but this is real. Billy talks about how they have 2 different food languages. Billy, nigga, Billy, please, we don't want to keep hearing about this food. I don't, at least. My God. She want cake. You want unseasoned mince. It's fine. So his father then asks, what do you do for work? Ashley said that I'm cabin crew. I'm a stewardess. The way that Billy's dad said, oh, Billy, that's funny because you told me if there was a stewardess there, you were going to come right back because you're not dating a stewardess. I said, oh my, I gasped. I did. You can tell that it took Ashley aback too because, oh my. So then Billy was like, well, we're working through this. See, Billy about to piss me off because, Billy, if you have such an aversion to dating somebody that is a flight attendant, a stewardess, a cabin crew, whatever you want to call it, why are you out here wasting this lady's damn time? Why? Oh, ugly ass. Like, he's getting on my nerves with this. This is silly. So then we get to the Pod Squad meetup. Y'all know the little messy party that they have at the club where, everybody starts doing what they ain't supposed to be doing. So Javin asks K-Dot, do you need to be in love before saying I do? I mean, the average person does. The average person does, Javin, because he doesn't love Katisha yet. So K-Dot was befuddled, as was I. What a stupid question to ask. So Katisha comes over and Javin stops himself because he's trying to tell K Dot that he might love her, but he is not in love with her, and that is the difference. Katisha's like, I made my decision already. So now Javin feels away because he's like, I don't know what her decision is. How you make your decision already? Right. Lady S said that her mom is sending her paragraph on paragraph about how she isn't feeling this. Her mother is not sure about this situation. And then comes
Split it into
Oh,
weekends.
oh, he made my stomach turn. It looked like he had on eyeliner. He got on this brown do-rag. Like, what's happening here? What are you going through? Did your spleen tell you to wear that? So Anu comes in. She's a big ball of energy. She's speaking to everybody. Anu! I'm Anu! I'm Anu! And then she sees Patrick and said, whoop! And turned around. I hollered. Y'all don't know how hard I was in here cackling at that. So they were like, Anu, no. And Patrick was like, I mean, she's entitled to her opinion. Shut up. You embarrassed. So Anu in her confessional said that it is underwhelming seeing Patrick. Basically, this nigga had too much dip on his chip for me, okay? You was talking, you dumped me, and you look like this. So, we then see Yolanda comes in, and I'm sure Roxy was... Justice for Yolanda over on Roxy's page. I'm sure Roxy says, shout out to her, was excited when Yolanda came in and had some good screen time, okay? So, Javin's head was turned, okay? He said, oh, there were more black women. Let me stop. So she then, Anu told the girls that, was that his spinal rectum that blindsided her? I said it was his spleen. His spleen, okay? So Berta tells her to take some control. Go hear him out, let him get whatever he got to say off his chest and then chuck him the deuces and be gone with it. So Javin is over to the side telling Anu he wished that they would have dated more. Oh, sir. So the entire evening, Javin is just having a time, okay? Just dancing and emphasizing with every lady from the pod squad. Talking to everybody but his fiance. So Demola comes in dressed in all white, looking angelic, okay? Now, I saw some of y'all in some like Twitter threads and some threads where y'all were saying that Demola is just as bad as Javin. How? Y'all gonna have to explain that to me. Break it down to me like I'm 5. Because I think Demola has handled himself with a lot of grace. A lot. Because I don't cuss Katisha out. So Javin and Demola talk, and Demola said that, looking back at this, if someone can make such a sporadic decision like that and, switch up like that, then they're not the person for him. And I feel like that's a very fair assessment. Like, we got to remember, okay, it's been, 3 weeks? Maybe 3 weeks since they've been in the pods. Demola really thought he was going to propose to this girl who told him that she was all in for him. She was, down for the pound with him, or for her to turn around and the very next day break up with him. So, yeah, he's allowed to feel the way about that. Javin then said that the Katisha thing is making him really think about things differently when it comes to her. Sophie comes in. K-Dot was like, she's attractive, and she is definitely somebody he would approach outside of the pods, okay? Sophie tells Megan she doesn't know how she let K-Dot wear that funky-ass jacket. Worry about yourself. Worry about why you wore a freakum dress to this party. So K-Dot, it wasn't the best. It looked quilted, okay? It wasn't the best, but it works for you, K-Dot. So then we get Anu and Patrick, okay? So she said it would have been nice if you would have reached out. You took away from my experience. She didn't like that. So then he was like, it was my spleen. It was my spleen. So she was like, you're a liar. You're a liar. You're a liar. And she like sings it a little bit. He was like, it's nice to hear you sing. Hollered. He gagged. Y'all know I don't fuck with spleen, little spleen like that, but he gagged her at that part. So then she starts roasting him, his outfit, and he was like, "There's no way that we were meant to be together." And she was like, "Why you got that headscarf on? Did your spleen tell you to wear that? You looking mess. You looking mess." Somebody in the back was like, "His spleen is about to explode." Ooh. Oh my God. What a moment, okay? So Patrick looked a fool. He looked a fool. A fool, right? So K-Dot and Sophie So K-Dot and Sophie are talking. He thanks her for being a part of his journey. He then apologizes for how he dealt with her feelings about being hurt from the gift. Like, he knows deep down that he could have handled that better, but he does tell her that he is very happy with Megan. Sophie wishes him the best. He wishes her the best. So shall it be. So K-Dot is talking to Megan, and he's confused about what she's been saying about Sophie, because Megan, it might be, Megan got a little problem with the truth. It might be, okay? And I don't want to defend Javin, but I'm going to have to, kind of take Javin's side a little bit towards the end of the episode, right? So he was like, K-Dot, because I just got the same Sophie that I got in the pods, but y'all was out here making it seem like this, that wasn't her. So Sophie tells some of the ladies that K-Dot isn't her type anyways, right? So Javin and Sophie are talking, and I said, whose face is on your shoulder? Barda, is that your orange face? Oh my God, ladies, okay? No matter how much setting spray you put on, no matter how much pressed powder you put on your face, you still always turn and up when you hug a man so you do not get your face on them. Now he walking around with Barda on him. Lord have mercy. So he tells Sophie, Javin, that he would be lying if he said he was 100% about Katisha. Meanwhile, Katisha is over there singing his praises to Yolanda. Javin said he don't want nothing from Sophie right now, but then was like, how far you live from here? I mean, I said, oh, what? So then Katisha's over there looking silly with Yolanda. I mean, if she can take my man, she can have him, can she? Because you were crying at the end of the episode, so you really don't feel that way. There was so much awkward laughing between Sophie and Javin. Like, were y'all talking in the pods? But we find out that Sophie lives 5 minutes away. 5 minutes away. So 1 hour later, back at the house, Javin and Katisha are eating, and she asked him how was his talk with Sophie. He was like, good. So good. He then said that it was interesting, as was his chat with Damola. Katisha quickly scurries to bed, and Javin calls a friend and said that he was going to be going out, and he was like, where are you? And he was like, G-A-Y bar. Y'all, the gay bar? Is it called gay? What does that stand for? Why is it called the gay bar? But they're headed to the gay bar, G-A-Y, and Katisha lies in bed and cries herself to sleep. It is time for episode 8. If you have not already, if you made it this far into the video, please hit that subscribe button. Do I need to bring it back for y'all? Right here. Hit that one, all right? So, the next morning, Katisha wakes up, and she's asking Javin how was his night, and he was like, it was cool. She was like, who was there? He said, everybody. Everybody but like you, a couple other people, but, everybody that was at the party. She asked, did you know I was upset? No. If you were upset, you should have told me. It was clear she was upset, fool. It was clear. So she then said, well, I thought that you were going to be hungover. He said, I'm offended. Why would I be hungover going to meet your family? So she's like, I mean, I guess I trust him, but girl, you don't trust that man. You don't stress yourself out and gave yourself a stress pimple overnight. Megan and K-Dot talk. Megan said that Javin was a ladies' man at the party. He was out here on his... Yes. Talk about he took one of the girls into a photo booth. Megan, it is none of your fucking business. But here's the thing though, Megan, you've been in Katisha and Javin's business since day one because you want Katisha with Damola, as did I. However, you doing too much. Worry about yourself. You in that vein, worry about yourself and about K-Dot. talking about some, I want to tell Katisha because I feel like there's no reason for him to do that. There is no reason for him to do that, but all right. Lady asking Cal, so he does not understand why her family isn't excited like his family was. I don't recall your brother being excited. I don't recall your brother being excited. Cal, you in that haircut, please. So Ashley and Billy are talking. She meets his mom and his sister, and Billy is telling his sister that he is trying to push past Ashley's job, but he doesn't want them to live separate lives. Billy D. Ugly. You are getting on my everlasting nerve. Come on. Like she said that she was a flight attendant in the pods. Why is this a theme? Or are you that mad that she wants to have an oatmeal cream pie every now and again? Damn. So he then said that he is less likely to jump into things since his divorce, but you brought your ugly ass on the show where you literally jump into a proposal with somebody that you don't know to marry them 3 weeks later. Billy, shut the fuck up with this stupidness. Got me making up words. Stupidity. I gotta get to work. Let me stop playing. Katisha and Javin. So they meet, he meets her family. She got a whole bunch of siblings. I didn't know she had all them. Her mom seemed really, really sweet, but her family was a little shocked. But they seemed supportive, okay? So Katisha's mom said, look, Javin, you need to look at how my man treats me because that's how you need to be treating Katisha. I said, okay, mom. Yes. She said, I get treated like a queen, as will my daughter. As will. So Katisha tells her mom that her and Javin have terrible communication, and she is really struggling with how to communicate to him. Okay? He didn't communicate in the pods, sis. Remember, you didn't like that in the pods. You felt that he didn't talk in the pods. Why would he talk now? Out of the pods. Uh-huh. So Lady S and Cal, they meet up with her mom and her sister, and even though her mom is not all for it, her mom was very supportive. She wasn't rude to Cal. She asked Cal, you know, why my daughter? What made you pick my daughter? Cal said that her posh southern accent was new and exciting. Excuse me? And then said, your daughter is beautiful. Good work. I said, oh, whoa. And I was with her mom. Okay. Rude. So Lady Ashton tells her mom that she was overwhelmed with all the messages, wants her mom to trust her and trust the process. And then said in her confessional she will put her relationship with Cal before her family. I understand that, you know, when you get married, your spouse is your family and they do come before your your siblings and stuff like that, but you just met him. You just met him. But her mom gives her approval. So Jed and Berta go to his house. And why are women always shocked on these shows when these men's houses look like men live there? Yes, he's going to have his PlayStation out on the front. Yes, he's going to have basic sheets. Yes, hell. I believe he had plates. Was he out here paper plating? Because remember, paper plates didn't have no paper plates. Paper plates only had paper plates. Paper plates didn't have no cutlery, no nothing. He had paper plates. And y'all were so upset that I talked about him having paper plates. Nonetheless, like his house looks like a man lives there because a man does live there. But his parents come over. His parents were very, very sweet. And his mom said that it's not normal for them to not have had any disagreements yet. Barta then said that she's very laid back and doesn't like to let things get to an argument. They both say that they are 100% sure and not just swept up in excitement. So Katisha and this orange makeup go over to Megan's house. Megan tells her that she didn't like how Javin was behaving at the party. Said that she went into the photo booth with Sophie, hung out with her a lot, made his rounds with Yolanda and Anu, and then was like, they all make me happy. Anu makes me happy. Yolanda makes me happy. Katisha makes me happy. Katisha's flower was gasted, and I did not care, right? So Katisha said that she was thinking that she was the bad guy because of the Namola thing. You were. That hasn't changed. That hasn't changed. So she goes home and starts packing right away because F you and F this, girl, bye. Javin asked if she is okay. And Katisha said, well, what happened with the photo booth? Javin said the photo booth was closed. And we were arguing. So So we went inside the photo booth to argue. Why are you arguing with Sophie? What y'all arguing about? Right? It gives that y'all went in there in the neck a little bit. Well, I heard that you were saying that Anu makes you happy. Yolanda makes you happy. I didn't say that. Well, Megan said you did. And Megan has no reason to lie to me. Megan doesn't have a reason to lie, but Megan has been in your business since jump. You should be clocking that. You should be clocking it, Takesha. Lady S and Cal did not expect them to be where they are and thought that the apartment stage would be the hardest for them. But, they cool so far. Katisha writes Javin a letter thanking him for his services, leaves it for him, and leaves her ring and heads on back to Scotland. Said that there will always be an inkling in the back of her head about him. It was always there, right here. But I didn't let my cerebellum rotate, okay? And I chose not to listen. He comes home, he reads the note, rips it up, and politely puts it in the garbage. He is now pissed that Katisha would believe Megan over him. Said that Megan is a dirty, filthy liar. And he wants to talk to her and K-Dot. I said, go talk to him. Go talk to him. Javin calls Patrick to find out what his spleen should be telling him, but tells him that, look, Katisha left because Megan said that I was entertaining the ladies. I wasn't. Patrick said Katisha values others' opinions over her own, and that is not a splenic intuition. I said, all right, okay. So Ashley and Billy tells her that he is 50-50 right now. Ashley is shocked because, my God, today, okay? Billy said, look, it could be a no from you as well. I don't know. Ashley said it's not. It's not. It's a yes for me, and I'm frustrated that my job, once again, is getting in the way of a relationship. Now, I'm not saying that Ashley should get a new job, but I feel like from the moment that he told you in the pods, Ashley, that he was unconvinced that the relationship would work with you being cabin crew, you should have took that as a hint and moved on. There is a man out there somewhere that would love to be on your buddy pass, and it's just not Billy, okay? He's playing with you. He's playing with you. Megan and K-Dot. So they go over to Javin's place, formerly Javin and Katisha's. But they get over there. Megan said, look, all I ever saw you with was Yolanda and Anu and Sophie. But then again, I didn't pay attention to you all night because I don't know what you were doing. And I said, wait, time out. I was with Javin. If you weren't paying attention to me all night, because that's what you said, Megan, how are you to turn around and then go and tell Katisha that he was doing something all night? Right? Do I think that Javin was all up in them ladies' faces? I do. However, Megan, you lose credibility when you say, because he was like, so you didn't see me talking to Patrick. You didn't see me talking to so-and-so. And she was like, well, I don't know who you were talking to. I wasn't paying attention to you all night. I was enjoying myself. But you paid attention enough to see him with these women to run back and tell Katisha. Come on, Megan. K-Dot, your bitch is messy. Keep that in mind. She then said personally, she didn't see him talking to any of the boys at all. Javin said, but you saw me talking to all the ladies. Yes. But I wasn't paying attention to you. I said, girl. So Javin said that he was arguing with Sophie and that the photo booth did not have a curtain. Now, y'all remember little Freddie, little funeral Freddie? Freddie went over there and put on the TikTok, where I saw it on TikTok, that photo booth does not have a curtain, okay? K-Dot said it did have a curtain. And what's his face? Javin said it did not. Now, here's the thing. Y'all said he said it was broke. Maybe the restaurant since then or the bar has taken the curtain down. We don't know. All right. It doesn't matter. You still went into an enclosed space with this woman that is not your fiance. Javin, sir, is giving you a line. Okay. Megan said that you never, excuse me. Megan and Javin are going back and forth. Yelling, okay? Talking over each other. So Megan, about to turn the white woman tears on. So she gets up and walks away and says, see you never. Have a good life. Fuck you, nigga. That's what she was giving, all right? She goes outside to cry. What are you crying for? You inserted yourself into a situation that did not involve you, and he checked your ass about it. What did you think was going to happen, Megan? You care or not, that's a nigga. What did you think was going to happen? You got your ass checked. Mind your business from now on. So Javin apologizes to K-Dot for making Megan cry. Good thing he was there because y'all know the history of when a white woman and a black man, we know how that can go, all right? K-Dot is a witness and so are the cameras. So Javin said in hindsight, probably should have stayed in that night. You should. Oh my God. Excuse me, y'all. Is that my spleen?
Splenic.
Okay. Woo. So Javin said in hindsight, he should have stayed in that night, and yes, you should have. So he then said that Katisha leaving the way that she did solidifies their lack of communication. You didn't talk at all anyway, so what difference does it make? But that was the end of episode 8. Let me know what you guys thought about episode 7 and 8. 9 and 10 do come out Wednesday. More than likely, I'm going to do just one video for those two. Let me know what you guys thought about these. Subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. I got to get to work. I will catch you guys later. Peace.